So how is a girlfriend going to fit into this? How is it, certainly, if I may, do you want an equal?
Oh, 100%.
Because that's the question. Because no equal of yours is going to come in and go, yeah, I'll get you for 20 minutes between your 10 hours of coding and 2 hours of push-ups and 7 hours of David Goggins running or whatever the hell you do.
By the way, David Goggins' relationship, I don't know if they're married, but it's awesome.
Oh, cool.
They found, see, equal is a funny word.
It is. You are a literal guy.
No, because what does equal mean? Does it mean both have a career and so on? Like, to me, what a successful relationship looks like, is not as successful. For me, what I look for is somebody who's really passionate about what they do. And I can just enjoy cheering them on in, like, whatever the hell it is they love doing. Like, just get, like,
They're a Nazi.
Yeah, well.
Within reason. Okay.
We could both, which is kind of weird because I'm Jewish, so the sex would be great.
Be a little suffocating, maybe.
I could appreciate it. You went, wow.
I'm sorry.
Your timing is good. Yeah, no, maybe there's.
I'm trying to not be goofy with you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be serious.
No, please.
I have so much respect for you, and I admire you so much. I'm going to try to not be silly.
Likewise. I'm trying not to compliment you too much. Okay.
Why not? Why?
Well, I don't know, because then it'll be just like, I mean, you're also, there's different kinds of compliments. I'm just like a fan. It's a weird experience. When you listen to somebody on a podcast, I already thought we were friends, for a long time before we even,
So you're a stalker.
Yeah.
You're the stalker.
I'm the stalker.
I do have a theory that someone that accuses someone else of something is that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever you're in a relationship and someone's accusing you of cheating, you're like, you're cheating.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That does apply.
Yes.
Right? That's kind of weird.
Yes. Because, like, why did your brain go there?
Yeah.
Your brain is obviously already in that space.
So to me, relationship-wise, for two busy people, what seems to work, in my view, is if you're both really passionate about something and you both draw a lot of pleasure from enjoying, like, cheering each other on and enjoying the success of each other in whatever you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And you almost, like, both get into that thing. So.
But do you ever have you ever been with someone who's really busy and drives a lot of pleasure out of what they do and you feel competitive with it or the other thing?
No, I mean, that's...
Like, I was talking to Gabby Reese the other day, and she was like, look, the ocean is Laird's girlfriend. And I'm like, go be with your girlfriend. Like, she's very, she understands how important that is to him and how they're almost in like a polyamorous relationship with the ocean. But I definitely, want someone that has such a full life. But there are times where I'm like, well, I want to make you feel like that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think see, it's not about the time, because you kind of said, like, how much time you give them. But when you're in it, whatever it is, 30 minutes or hours together, you make them feel like they're the most important thing in the world. I mean, absolutely, like, family has to be number one.
But what is I'm sure you've not wasted your precious time taking silly tests like this, but do you know what your, like, love language is? Like, how you give and receive love?
So I'm a Leo.
Now let's get to the hard science with Lex.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I just mean, like, how do you, the love languages are based on, like, service, physical touch, positive affirmations, and gifts. So it's like, how do you, because there are times where I'll be dating somebody and I, like, won't hear from them for 2 days, but then they'll show up with, like, gifts. So it's like, oh, you've been thinking about me this whole time, but we haven't been contiguous. Like, we haven't been actually connecting. But that's just how you show your love, is more through gifts and through service instead of through physical presence and touch.
No, physical presence and touch, like looking at them. There's something about just presence, like listening,
But
just
could you,
being together?
because you're such a mental performance person, like, could you live with someone and be around them and just coexist, or would you feel like it would be depleting your focus and draining you? That's the big problem.
It's difficult. Like, this is where a girl really, for me, would help.
Woman?
Okay. I've had that meeting with the HR. One of the reasons I stepped down from MIT.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home?
We don't call them girls anymore. Oh, fine. Call me a guy.
The thing I dislike the most is young lady.
Young lady.
I prefer girl to young lady because young lady is like you're qualifying it with like a young lady.
So how does WAP fit into all that? Just intellectually speaking.
We're all
Okay,
just
okay.
never not whopping over here.
So
Just when you start
woman.
talking about robots, WAP will happen.
Okay. Yeah. This is going great. How am I performing? Performance-wise?
A plus. Are you judging yourself right now?
Yeah, on a 1 to 10.
How are you doing? How do you think you're doing?
I think I can do better. I think I'm like a 4.
What?
Yeah.
But this is good. I want the people that develop AI and self-driving cars to grade themselves harshly. So I don't want to change this.
4 is harsh? 4?
I think you're doing way better than that, but you don't, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't fix that about yourself.
Okay.
Keep your self-esteem super low and your talent
That's how you
super
like
high.
them?
Yes. Well, that's how I want my AI engineers to be.
Yeah.
I want you to be really
Not
hard
very-
on yourself.
Not too confident. Yeah.
I don't want somebody that's like, I don't want someone developing self-driving cars that's like fucking nailed it when they sucked. I want you to nail it and be like, I could have done better. This is perfect. This is why you're going to have billions of dollars.
Yeah, but
Well, I'm going to beg you for your sperm in a couple years.
yeah, well, I am worried how power and money changes people. So I know what I
Don't.
know.
Why?
Because you have to anticipate.
But that's just not. Do you?
Yeah, no, 100%.
But you're going to have it regardless.
I hate money. Like I had no money and now I have way too much money.
That's such a guy thing.
Which
That's such
part?
a guy thing. Because I think for me, like I have a
Says the princess in the castle.
what I'm saying, which
Like
I want to
sitting
talk about.
on a
What is
throne.
your thing with my house?
There's gates.
Why do guys not like gates? I've dated a couple guys that are like, why do you have gates into your house? I'm like, because people want to kill
I
me.
felt like there was the dragon I had to fight. There's this whole.
I have to protect
I had
myself.
to go on a curvy road up a.
But I also have an
cliff.
IUD and I have to protect myself from certain
don't know
things
what
that
an
are trying to get to me.
Is that like a weapon of some kind?
An IUD?
Yeah.
You don't know what an IUD is?
I heard it on a clip that you posted on Instagram, but I didn't look into it.
You don't know what an IUD is?
I do not know what an IUD is.
What is your official job title?
Research scientist. Why?
I'm really
Feminist? I don't know.
This is feminist. Actually, you should call yourself a feminist scientist.
Yeah.
All scientists, I feel like, are inherently feminist, even though biology is sexist.
Oh, cancel biology.
Well, we'll get to that
Hashtag.
in a second.
Okay.
An IUD is something that you put in your uterus to, it's birth control.
Okay. Device?
Oh, I mean, it's not like a chip. It's like a string with a little piece of plastic. It's like a
Okay.
little tiny,
So there's no electronics.
it's like a little toy that you get in a Cracker Jack box, basically, with hormones and stuff.
Okay. You got a McDonald's.
Yeah, it's a McDonald's toy. But it's it's to not. So when is the last time you dated a woman? This is really alarming that you don't know what an IUD is. It has
Actually, it's been a long time.
It's been a dry spell.
It's
When's the
quite-
last time you had a girlfriend?
5 years ago.
How long was that? Did that?
And
go?
that was, and I haven't had a non-girlfriend after meaning like, just sleeping around or whatever.
Because I'm excited to talk to you about this because I feel like whenever you go on Joe Rogan, you guys don't talk about love and relationships.
Yeah.
This is
rolls
why you
his
guys come
eyes.
to this podcast. This is what we do. I don't give a shit about robots. Let's talk about
Love language.
your
Wait,
personal life.
love language. I feel like we were talking about. We took a million tangents.
Well, no, but I'm just saying that's what a podcast is. I feel like.
Oh, is it?
I'm just saying, I feel like the kind of woman you want is going to feel slightly abandoned by how busy you are and how hyper-focused you are. Like, you don't...
Yeah, this is a good point. But I feel like the kind of woman...
Thank you.
that I think would work is somebody who can make fun of me and say that I'm being ridiculous for the way I'm being. So, like, that's where an equal is really important because, like, you have to be confident enough to show to me that I'm being ridiculous by being so obsessed, so focused, so like, and basically help me break out of that.
And here's what I'll say about that. That's fascinating, but I think also as someone, excuse me,
Getting emotion.
who, I know, sorry, I'm getting all choked up. As somebody who, that's my IUD coming up.
Okay.
As someone who likes to make fun of people and is playful and facetious, I also think you have to watch when you're giving your man shit or making fun of them, that you're not crossing the line into being disrespectful. It took me a long time to learn this. Don't do it in front of people.
Right.
Don't do it in front of other people. Don't do it in front of his friends. So I think this is important. I think this is really important.
That's one thing you learn from like Donald Trump and his wife is like the image you
never touch your husband.
Where's he going? The image you present to the public is different than like how I feel like the private relationship is a different thing than the public relationship. Like it's like an iceberg. You can do a lot more in private.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know much about either of their relationships.
I don't want to drag them.
Yeah, I don't know. You're Eastern European. You tell me what the mail order bride process is like. I don't know. You tell me.
But in general, I just had a long conversation with a Trump supporter. That's why I brought that up, because they were suggesting that it's likely that Donald Trump and Melania have like a vibrant relationship that just the world doesn't see.
Interesting.
And it just opened my eyes to think like, oh yeah, that could be.
I mean, it's also, I'm sure you get into a almost like Stockholm syndrome, us against the world thing. I mean, that kind of situation must bond you in a way that's like a Sid and Nancy type thing or a War of the Roses type thing. You know, we look at relationships. It's taken me so long to realize like what other people want doesn't have to be what I want. Like when you talk to your friends, you're like, oh, and then he fucking won't text me back. And then she's so crazy and then she screams at me. And you're like, well, let me help you get out of that for 3 hours. Every day I'm going to talk to you on the phone and give you advice on how to extricate yourself from this. And I'm like, wait, no, you want that.
Yeah.
You want something fucked up and crazy and dramatic and shit. I kept thinking you were trying to solve this problem. Well, you love it.
That was the other requirement for me, not a requirement, something I look for is like that we're like ride or die against the world together.
You want that. You want a teammate.
Yeah.
Did you watch what was the Kevin Spacey show, House of Cards? You want your Claire Underwood?
Yeah. I felt like that was a healthy relationship.
I think so too. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I always say, like, if you don't want a Claire Underwood, don't swipe right. Are you on dating apps?
No.
So you want a girlfriend, but you're not doing anything to try to procure one?
No. See,
and when someone does DM you, they're a stalker.
Yeah, I did recently.
You see why this is a little bit difficult?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the right mechanism for just meeting people are. One mechanism is going on podcasts.
You will get so many DMs. You will get a lot of DMs from a lot of girls after this.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with it though, because like
what happens? Let's say a girl that you're physically attracted to DMs you. You go to her page. And then she's
By the way, it's tough to
yoga instructor. I don't know. I feel like you want like a yoga instructor who works like 2 days a week.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, what do I do? Because I guess I'm.
How did you meet your last girlfriend?
Like the old
yellow pages,
the old-fashioned way.
Which is what?
No, we had a mutual friend, and I just asked.
Arranged marriage. Okay, yeah. So someone set you up. I actually.
No. I asked. It was a chance meeting, and then I said I like her. But
you don't put yourself in situations to where you can have chance meetings because you're so regimented in your life.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You're not available. You don't make space for it.
But I'm hoping that changes. Like, I'm hoping, because I've been so focused on working towards creating the business. I thought once it gets going, like, I'll get a chance to meet with people like investors and all that kind of stuff. And, therefore there's parties. Like, give myself an excuse to have to go